This week in Women in Sports, Gopher gymnastics on the rise, what they accomplished recently and the challenges ahead. Then athletes are gearing up for the Winter Olympics, how some Minnesota Frost players are preparing in the final weeks before the games. Plus, one of the top girls high school hockey players is chasing another state title. Hear how she's breaking from tradition, but still honoring her iconic Minnesota name. Thanks for joining us. I'm Marielle Mohs, and here at WCCO, we are celebrating the highlights of female athletes in this digital segment called Women in Sports. We'll share news stories with you every week right here as we do our part to give these athletes the recognition they deserve. First up, the Gopher gymnastics season is off to a very strong start with 2 major upsets, and they're climbing in the national rankings. This week, the team shows us what's leading to all of their success. Gophers recently took down a big conference competitor, number 5 Michigan. This was their second upset in a row after defeating number 10 Arkansas earlier this month. A standout in both meets was junior and Stillwater native Jordan Leiden. She led the Gophers on bars against Michigan, earning a season best score of 9.925.
A huge double layout. Her feet did not move. Beating those teams was really good for our confidence, just knowing that we can go out there and do that. I think it was really big, especially at home. It's always exciting to start off with some big wins.
I think she's really setting a standard for our team and really elevating everybody along with her.
Head coach Jenny Hansen is in her 12th season at the helm of this team. She credits Leiden for being one of her most consistent gymnasts to rely on.
She really works to get every single half-tenth, out there. She wants to be scoring 9.9 plus on every event.
In practice, the Gophers are focused heavily on conditioning, knowing how much the little things contribute in a big way.
I think all those things matter and add up, too, when you're competing.
A standout alum of the program is new to their coaching staff this year.
Good.
Maya Hooten returns as a beam coach.
I loved her as a teammate, so having her as a coach is just awesome.
The 2-time individual national qualifier is a huge addition to the team's arsenal this season, as she helps her former teammates find success.
She's just always positive and brings the energy and just really believes in you.
Marielle Mohs, WCCO Sports. Their next 2 home meets are at home. First up against Iowa this Saturday. Then they face top-ranked UCLA and Olympian Jordan Chiles on February 7th. One of the top girls high school hockey players in Minnesota is chasing another state title. She comes from a pair of iconic Minnesota hockey names, but is now breaking with tradition. Our Ren Clayton sat down with the Pohl family to show us how.
A state tournament run capped with a championship.
Undescribable. It's, something so special.
Emily Pohl and company are back for more. This season, at any given time, there could be 5 Pohls on the Hill Murray bench.
Oh, obviously, we all have the same, downtime and all on the same schedule, which is easy.
The 3 girls and the 2 head coaches, Mom Chrissy Wendell Pohl and Dad John, who also both work at the school.
We joke our family spends more time together than any family in the history of her.
It's true.
The youngest, Lucy, is the lone defense in the family. The 8th grader now has the same carpool stop in her first year on varsity.
I've talked about it before with other people, but it's super nice because they push me every day at practice and they make me a better player each day.
If you're a Minnesota sports fan, you've gathered by now. John and Chrissy are 2 of the most accomplished Gophers hockey players ever.
It's kind of hard to find their highlights a little bit, to be honest. My dad likes to, sometimes he'll pull up his own and we'll watch those with him, but he usually gets made fun of by the 4 girls when he does that, so.
Emily is one of the top prospects in the state. People know her parents, so when she committed to play college hockey for Minnesota's rival, Wisconsin, people were talking.
How many people have come up to you since Emily committed to college and given you the same old spiel?
A lot of people are like, I can't believe that happened, but, the University of Minnesota was the right place for Chrissy and me, 100%. We both had phenomenal experiences. The University of Wisconsin is 100% the right place for Emily. It's what she's wanted for a long time. Although Chrissy and I were and always will be Gophers, Em's gonna be a Badger, and we absolutely love it and couldn't be happier for her.
So you're gonna be wearing the gear? That's what they asked you too.
Yeah, hell yeah. Absolutely will be wearing it. When they play at Minnesota, I'll wear it under a jacket.
I think I got an overwhelming lot of love and support. Not very much backlash, I guess you could say, or why would you do this? Like, I think anybody that knows me knows that I was going to do like what the best fit for me was.
In a hockey family, carving a distinctive path. Ren Clayton, WCCO Sports.
Well, earlier this month, the World Junior Championship Hockey Tournament took place at the Grand Casino Arena in St. Paul. Also on display at this tournament, a mural celebrating Indigenous hockey cultures together. Susan Elizabeth Littlefield sat down with the artist to discuss the intersection between sports and art.
I want to introduce you to Shauna Boulette-Graffenpine, and I want you to see her art. Shauna is a War Road hockey mom. She grew up in Canada, and she's a member of Ojibwe Cree tribe. Now, she was chosen as an artist to represent the World Hockey Juniors, which is going on through today in St. Paul. Now, there are hockey players from around the world, and she was picked to make a piece to describe it. This is the land of 10,000 rinks. And she used Indigenous culture and hockey culture to put together this piece of art.
I wanted it to be an education piece on the culture. The challenge was connecting hockey along with the culture and you know, some of the symbolic pieces of the 7 grandfather teachings, which are core values that basically help us teach us to be good humans, right?
Well, with the Olympic Winter Games nearly here, some creative carvers are already going for gold. These artists in northern Italy are slicing and dicing to get these ice sculptures done in time. Visitors can see an array of Olympic torches, rings, and even skiers. The Minnesota Frost wrapped up their final game with a win against Vancouver before the month-long Olympic break. Ren Clayton spoke with a couple of locals on the team who will be going for gold in Italy.
That Olympic feeling.
It's awesome. It's definitely a dream come true and something I've been wanting for a very long time.
Taylor Heisey and Kelly Panic are 2 of 5 Minnesotan women's hockey players heading to Italy to compete in the Winter Games. For Heisey, it's a long-awaited debut. She was a sure thing, but in 2022 was passed over despite being one of the nation's top college players.
Some butterflies in the stomach. Obviously, I know what it feels like to not be wanted and to not make that team, so I wanted to make sure I never felt that again, but I wasn't scared of that. I think I've, done a great amount of work since 2022 and really put myself in a great spot to be on that team.
From, playing with her in college to seeing her first national team experience and, the weight that she's kind of been put on her, especially here in Minnesota as a women's hockey player. She's one of the faces of women's hockey in Minnesota, and she carries it well, and I'm really excited for her to get to experience something that I know she's been dreaming about.
Panic will be playing in her 3rd Olympics. This cycle, one of 8 Olympians on the Frost roster. She knows the unique energy that awaits.
Cheer on other people, knowing the journey that they're on, whether you know their individual journey or not, you can really understand, the hardships, the sacrifice that it takes to get to that point, and to be able to cheer other people on in their wins as well is really fun.
Ren Clayton, WCCO Sports.
Good luck to them in the Olympics. Checking in now with the Gophers. Their women's basketball team is in the beginning stages of making a big move in the Big Ten. And Amaya Battle is key. She's proven that she can run the show, but she can also shoot the threes. Consistency is the key for her, and her shot and her game have been just that this season.
I just think, I try to just come into the game with a clear mindset and just trying to go out there and play, do whatever my team needs me to do. So I think it just has started to click a little bit. And then obviously just staying in, keep getting reps in the gym. So I think that's just starting to show too.
And speaking of hoops, the Women in Sports podcast hit the road earlier this month to Florida to get some interviews from the women's pro basketball world. This week's podcast guest is Alex Bazell. He's the president and CEO of Unrivaled. This is the 3-on-3 women's basketball league happening in the WNBA offseason in Miami. Bazell is known as a top NBA and W trainer, and he's also married to Unrivaled co-founder and Link star Nafisa Collier. This is only year 2 of Unrivaled, and they've seen some major signs of growth already.
My job is to continue to grow and elevate the business. So, we've seen a lot of great metrics in terms of our merch is up 54%, our digital audience and engagement, our digital audience is up 27% this year compared to last year. Engagement rates are up, and then overall revenue is up 55%. And that's, to me, the key metric of how, what are the signs of success for us and where do we want to take it? You have to look at, of course, the holistic picture, but To me, I'm really proud of what we've built in a short amount of time, and it's really a testament to the players and obviously the fans that are engaging with what we're building.
The full episode with Bazell is out now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts, or you can watch the episode on YouTube. Next week's episode, I sit down with one of the Unrivaled players and Minnesota native, Rachel Bannum. Well, thanks for watching this week's Women in Sports. I'm Marielle Mohs. We'll be back with more great stories next week.